What's up everybody, this is Master Ian Gamer, and today we got the Overwatch 2 Season 3 Mid-Season Balance Patch, featuring changes for heroes like Orisa, Wrecking Ball, Ashe, Baptiste, and more. So in this video, I'm going to real quickly run through all the new balance changes, as well as some other little changes that are coming to the game in this update. So starting off with the tank heroes, Orisa Terra Surge can now be interrupted by hack. This is a pretty good change if you ask me, because, well, Orisa's Terra Surge as is doesn't really have much counterplay other than just finding a way to escape its radius. So introducing the ability to hack her out of her ultimate, I think is a really good change to add, because honestly, Orisa is still quite strong, and this would be a nice way to give Sombra just a bit more viability by introducing that level of counterplay. Moving on though to Ramatra next, Annihilation. Using Annihilation while in Nemesis form refreshes your bonus armor. Thank you. It only took them a season and a half to introduce this quality of life change that he should have had since day one. I don't know why this was never a part of it. Initially, I figured it was just like a bug that it wasn't working, but I don't know why it's taken them this long to fix it. But lo and behold, thank goodness they have finally changed it, because it was so dumb that you didn't get the bonus armor when ulting while already in Nemesis form. Thank goodness they finally fixed this. Roadhog Chain Hook cooldown now starts when the ability ends instead of at the start, and Chain Hook cooldown has been reduced from 8 to 6 seconds. According to the dev comments on this one, this was mainly just to, fix any sort of visual inconsistency where it shows up with like only a 7-second cooldown because it started at the start of the ability. So more than anything, this is like a very minor quality of life type change with a bit of a buff as well, just because it's going to have a slightly shorter cooldown now. Wrecking Ball got some very nice quality of life changes, added the hero specific option relative aim sensitivity while rolling, added the hero specific option relative gyro sensitivity while rolling for the Nintendo Switch version, and Grappling Claw added a timeout indicator for Grappling Claw located above the ability icon. Thank goodness. Again, Wrecking Ball has had the 6-second grapple duration limit for I don't even know how long at this point, and there's never been any visual indicator of when it's going to run out, so thank goodness they finally added something to give that indication, because he's desperately needed it for a very long time. And also on top of that, a slight nerf to Wrecking Ball. Minefield arming time increased from 1 second to 1.25 seconds, so mines just take a bit longer to activate. Not a huge nerf, but probably one that's pretty reasonable considering his current situation. Zarya shared cooldown for Particle Barrier and Projected Barrier reduced from 11 to 10 seconds. Not much to say about that one, just a simple little buff. And then moving on to the damage heroes, Ashe. Bob now prefers to shoot at enemy targets that Ashe damages with her rifle. So this is seemingly going to work more similar to how Torbjorn's turret has worked for a number of years at this point, where it prioritizes whoever you as the player are actually damaging, which again, I think is a nice quality of life improvement, as it gives you just a bit more control over Bob in a sense, in that you can make him sort of focus on who you want, as opposed to him just shooting whoever. Hanzo Lunge cooldown decreased from 5 to 4 seconds, so just a little buff there. Mei Blizzard ultimate cast time reduced from 0.5 to 0.4 seconds, again, very small buff for her. Pharah Jump Jet movement is now influenced by directional inputs. Again, a really nice quality of life change for Pharah, where you get a bit more control over where you actually end up going with her jump jets, which, cool, I'm glad they added this. I don't know why it wasn't always like this, but it's nice to see them add it now. Sojourn torso hit volume width increased by 20%. And moving on to the support heroes, who got a single change for Baptiste. Immortality field minimum health threshold increased from 10% to 25%. That's actually a pretty decent buff there for Baptiste with his immortality field, since heroes are going to be coming out of it now with a much bigger buffer of health being preserved, as opposed to that original 10%. So across the board, there aren't a ton of changes in this mid-season balance patch, but if I'm being honest, I don't think there even really needed to be that many changes, since all things considered, balance in Overwatch 2 at the moment is fairly decent. So I wasn't really expecting them to throw out any big fantastical changes, and it seems that this time time, they focused more on just adding quality of life changes, which are very, very much appreciated. Some of these, like the Wrecking Ball change, I think we should have had years ago, or however long ago it was when they first added the limit on his grappling claw, but nonetheless, it is nice to have them now. One other quick thing I'd like to talk about in this video though before wrapping up is changes to daily and weekly challenges. So going forward, weekly challenges removed the To the Victors, win 15 games in unranked or competitive, and added 2 separate challenges instead, which are Casual Dedication, win 15 games in any unranked mode, and Competitive Advantage, win 10 games in any competitive mode. Additionally, the total number of challenges needed to earn all Overwatch coins is still 11, so there's going to be 10 potential challenges to get those coins, but you only need to finish 11 of them, so if you're either just a quick play player or just a competitive player, you'll still be able to get them even with this change. And also, they removed the coin line, win 5 games in arcade challenge, and instead added the change of pace, win 5 games in Mystery Heroes, free-for-all deathmatch, or any arcade mode. This is great, because as someone who quite enjoys deathmatch, it has been pretty frustrating that you can't just easily get that arcade challenge progress by just playing deathmatch. And I'm sure for those of you who play Mystery Heroes, it was the same sort of situation. So definitely a good improvement here by mixing up the challenges a bit. And additionally, they changed the role mastery challenge to win 5 games as any 2 different roles in quick play or competitive play. So no longer do you have to get all 3 roles to get that role mastery challenge. Now you only have to do 2, which is far more reasonable since there's a lot of people who I know just hate any one given role and never want to touch it. Also, there were a couple daily challenge changes. Support weapon mastery reduced from 12,500 to 10,000. Support ability mastery reduced from 10,000 to 8,000. And additionally, challenges the player has made progress on during any given match will now be shown at the end of the match with a visual representation of remaining progress needed. Again, another nice little quality of life type change, which will just give you a bit more information and feedback on how you're actually progressing with your challenges, so you don't have to go in and manually check them every time. Now, there were a number of other bug fixes and matchmaking type things changed with this mid-season patch as well, but I'm not going to go into the nitty-gritty individual details of those because they're all pretty minor. But overall, I have to say, despite this mid-season balance patch being pretty small and not having that much in it, the stuff we did get is nice. A lot of nice quality of life changes, some decent balance changes as far as I'm concerned, and it feels like Overwatch 2 is still just sort of gradually moving forward into a better direction. Now, there is also the One Punch Man collaboration event, which is starting today, and I'll be doing a separate video talking about all the cosmetics and skins that are a part of that, so stay tuned. That'll either be coming out before or after this video, I'm not exactly sure yet, but you'll find it on my channel nonetheless, and I'll have a card linking to it on screen once it does. So on that note, thank you all so much for watching. Definitely let me know your thoughts on this season's mid-season balance patch by dropping a comment down below, and otherwise, be sure to subscribe, follow me on Twitter, hit up that bell icon, and come join my Discord server to hang out and never miss any of my future Overwatch content. Special thanks to my YouTube channel members who help make these videos possible, and if you'd like to join them to earn some cool rewards, then just hit that join button down below. Otherwise, this is Master Ian Gamer signing off, and until next time, have a great day.